Can't handle this. But I'm from Ohio, though. White boy. It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow.
Jake Paul. Boxing, I think we got a problem. I know I'm late, but I was in Philly watching the Miami Heat versus the 76ers. I didn't really have much time, but today we had a snow day, so that means I got time to make a video. Who is Jake Paul? He's a Disney Channel actor turned YouTube blogger who is now a YouTube boxer. Yes, I said it, YouTube boxer. Jake Paul, while pursuing acting, aspired to be a fighter. So he attempted to do what great fighters have done for decades and climb the ring after a fight or interrupt a media session to do a face-to-face call-out, but that doesn't always work out. So instead of looking like Canelo, Jake Paul has similarities to an old MMA fighter called Jason Mayhem Miller, who we're not gonna get into it, just went down this rabbit hole and disappeared. And hopefully that doesn't happen to Jake Paul. So before the Tommy Fury fight, let's look at Jake Paul's boxing record. So according to a quick online research, Jake Paul is 6-0 in his boxing career. And this is all against non-boxers, of course. And here's a simplified list. Nate Robinson, an ex-NBA player and dunk contest champion. Ben Askren, an overweight, washed-out wrestler. Tyron Woodley.
Working very hard to, oh! A big shot, looking to finish it right away. Haran just trying to survive. Big shot, ground and pound.
A two-time UFC welterweight champion. Anderson the Spider Silva, UFC middleweight champion and living legend. One of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. See, that's the problem. Not only does Jake Paul avoid fights with actual boxer, he preys on old and retired MMA fighters and even some basketball players. But worst of all, you have people like Joe Rogan who hype Jake Paul up.
And Jake Paul can crack.
When in reality, he's just a vulture who can't get a kill for himself, so he waits for death so he can feast. Look, I'm not just gonna say negative things about him. I think he's a pretty good guy outside of the boxing ring. He shed more light on Amanda Serrano and sold out Madison Square Garden. So as far as promoters go, he's not that bad. He's also been very vocal about underpaid fighters and starting a fighters union. But yeah, this video isn't about that. This video is about, can he box? And with this recent fight, I don't need to say anymore. Despite what ESPN tells you and Joe Rogan says, he's not a real boxer. So when they say that he has 3 years experience, that's not true. He has a lot more than that. When you talk about 3 years experience to a normal guy, that's talking about he has to do boxing as a side gig because he probably has to put food on the table and he probably needs to bring money in, just like me and everybody else. He made Tommy Fury look like Lomachenko out there with that side step, just avoiding anything. He just kept ducking too much and you could tell he was gonna throw that overhand. That's probably his best punch. So no, he's not a boxer. He got exposed. Tommy Fury completely exposed him and completely annihilated him. I mean, I had to fight, what was it, 6-2? Maybe Jake Paul won 2 rounds. And that's only because they took 1 point away from Tommy Fury in 1 round. And he got that slip knockdown. He got exposed completely in this fight. And no matter what anybody says, nobody can convince me otherwise. He's a YouTuber. I mean, kids that watch him are now teenager and rave all about the Jake Paul, right? The Team 10 house, just like my son. And that's cool. He's only 8 years old. So I'm not going to hold it against him. But as far as boxing go, this guy is not it, man. He's not the future of boxing. He's actually the problem. Why is he the problem? Because he brags about making $30 million on a loss when you have people like Caleb Plant who have never made close to $20 million in a fight. So yeah, he's the problem. He's exploiting the sport because he knows it went down after Mayweather left. And whatever, what can I do about it? I mean, my whole goal here is to get 1 million subscribers just so I can one day be able to fight this guy. And it's good because I'm already 31 years old. So that means by the time, hopefully, I reach 1 million subscribers in 5 years, I'll be 36. So he'll be quite ready to fight me. Because that's all he does. He just fights a bunch of old guys. I don't completely hate the guy. I respect him as far as his YouTube career goes. But as a boxer, he gets no respect from me. And if you're a YouTuber and you're defending this guy, then go suck a dick, bro. With that being said, I beg any YouTube out there to call me out.
Have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's fucking for real. Because nothing about watching him fight, to me, screams like he's in over his head. Nothing. He looks like a real boxer. He looks like a real boxer. He doesn't look like a guy who's attempting boxing. That's the difference. The feints, the foot movement, the way he lands shots. He fights like a boxer. He doesn't fight like a guy who's trying to box in a celebrity boxing match. He fights like a boxer.
No, because
if he wasn't that guy, I'm saying if he wasn't that big YouTube star, and you just saw him as a boxing contender, you'd be like, that dude's got dynamite in his hands. That dude's got dynamite in his hands. That dude's got dynamite. That dude's got dynamite.